Hello, everybody. Welcome to this free webinar by me, Lisa Tennant, the owner of LTVA Services. The title of the webinar is How to Get Started with CRM Automation. And the reason I wanted to share this with you is because I am desperately passionate about helping other business owners to be more effective with their time management, helping you to get back all of that time that you really need to spend on your business, not in your business. And one of the ways to do that is to automate as many of your processes as possible, leaving you with less manual intervention. Now, a lot of people think that CRM systems are complicated, and indeed some of them are. And they also think that automation is too technical, but it really isn't when you get down to the nitty-gritty of what it's all involved. We get asked a lot to help clients automate their processes and to simplify their processes. So today I'm just going to very quickly, as quickly as I possibly can, show you the background, the understanding of what's involved, how to set up a very basic welcome email sequence, and basically how to automate your processes so that you can have your time back for what's important to you. And if you're not sure which CRM system you should be using because you don't currently have one in place, then just drop me an email at lisat@ltvaservices.com and I would be more than happy to help you figure that out. So let's get started. So, as I said, this is a beginner's guide. I am no way, just a small disclaimer, no way am I an expert in this. I'm self-taught, as many VAs are, and I suppose that kind of makes me an expert in how I can help you to become self-taught as well. So let's get going. So what is a CRM system? I'm sure most of you know, but just in case, a CRM system is a customer relationship management system. And it's basically where you hold all of your contact information. So if you're currently using a good old-fashioned spreadsheet, is that really a scalable option? Are you really going to be able to continue using that when you jump from 10 clients to 100 clients? And also, perhaps you have more than just clients in your database. Perhaps you also have business associates, suppliers, and people like that. You really want to have all of that information in one place where you can better take care of those contacts and where you can segment them into lists that are going to make it easy for you to find who you need to find. So, some examples of automated CRM systems include ActiveCampaign, and this is the one I'm going to use to show you today. The reason for that is we at LTVA Services use ActiveCampaign, but also I find that it's an extremely solid, dependable CRM system. There's so much more that you can do with it. We ourselves have only scratched the surface, and lots of our clients use it too. FEA Create, Sendinblue, which is now Brevo, Keep, HubSpot, Salesforce. There are, of course, many more. But this is just to give you an example of some of the ones that use automation. I know a lot of people use Dubsado and Capsule. Capsule, up until very recently, didn't have automation included in the main CRM system. You would have to go outside of it to use a third party. But it has started to beta test, and it might fully have now rolled out an automation section of their system. However, I find that with all of these, I mean, HubSpot and Salesforce are going to be for bigger companies, people who are dealing with far more workflows and clients and things like that. But ActiveCampaign really can be used for smaller businesses, solopreneurs, and that's why for me it's more dependable. FEA Create really stands on its own in the sense that you can use the whole system for so much more, including courses and memberships. But today we're going to concentrate on ActiveCampaign. So no matter which one you use, the good news is they all follow a very simple process. a trigger, and an action. So the trigger is what sets the automation off, and that could be any number of things defined by you. But normally you would say someone completes a form, there's a newsletter sign up, a contact subscribes to a list, or a contact clicks on a link. Once you set that trigger up, then you can define what the action is. What do you want to happen next? So for example, someone completes a form is the trigger, and the action is a welcome email is sent. Someone subscribes to a newsletter, and the action is that a tag is added onto that contact. Perhaps the tag says newsletter. A contact subscribes to a list, and the action could be that an internal notification is sent to you or somebody in your team. And a contact clicks on a link. The action could be that a contact is added to another list. An example of that might be that a contact clicks on a lead magnet link, and now you know that they could be a potential client. So you're going to add them to your potential client list. This is a very brief example of our contact us automation, an example, just to show you how it looks in ActiveCampaign. But whether you're using ActiveCampaign or not, they normally all look very similar to this. So in this instance, we have a trigger, and our trigger is that the contact has submitted a contact form on our website. By the way, you would normally, if you can, use your CRM system to create your online forms, because that way you can integrate them into your website, and then you can better bring those people in to your automation and to your CRM system, avoiding the manual need to have to do it. If you're one of these people that are currently collecting information through your standard forms, perhaps you're using Wix or Squarespace and you're using the standalone forms that normally come with those hosting platforms, and then you're manually inputting them into a spreadsheet or a CRM system. No, you do not want to be doing that. You want it all to be happening without you having to lift a finger. So back to this. Somebody submits a contact form, and the actions that I want are, I want to be notified, so an internal notification is going to come to my email address to let me know. Then I want to send a welcome email to the person who has submitted the form. And then I'm going to wait a period of time. Now, you don't have to wait 7 days. You don't have to wait at all. You could wait minutes, hours. It's really up to you. But for me, I've set this so that we're going to wait for 7 days. And then we're going to send a follow-up email. And then we're going to end the automation there. Now, that is very simple. And if that's all that you can do, fine. It really doesn't matter. But that is a way to automate that process to make sure you're not missing any leads. So how many of you out there, I would be so interested to know, have a standalone contact us form on your website? Somebody has previously filled it in and you've missed it. And you've missed it because you're relying on yourself to manually go and check that, or perhaps an email's been sent to you, but you've missed it because it's coming from your hosted platform and you tend to just get rid of those emails. So you can really personalize this notification that comes through to you to make it stand out, so you know that this is something that you shouldn't be ignoring. So I'm just going to show you now, if you watch the screen, how this automation was set up. You're going to click on create an automation, and there are recipes that you can use as in any CRM system that allows for automation. But in this example, we're going to start from scratch. I often like to start from scratch anyway. It just means that I'm not going to miss anything. And the trigger in this instance that we want is that somebody's going to submit a form on our website. We don't want it to be any form, we want it to be a specific form. So this is going to be our contact us form. And now we only want this to run once. If it runs multiple times, it means that every single time that that particular person submits the form, they're going to keep getting the same emails. So we're going to send an internal notification, and I could send it up to 5 people if I wanted to within the team. But for this example, we're just going to send it to me. Now you can personalize the subject line, you could add emojis or whatever it is that you want to add to make it stand out for you. You can add personalization tags in ActiveCampaign, and also in most CRM systems, it normally looks like a little bit of code with a percentage symbol. As you can see here, full name, that means that the person who has submitted the form, their name, let's say Jack, is going to come through. Jack has completed the contact form on the website. And you could usually use that for lots of different aspects of the person's details. It could be their address, their phone number, and even the body of the message that they sent to you. As you can see, we're going to add in their email address through the personalization tag. You can include a link to the contact and a summary of what was said. Then we're going to add another action. This time we want to send an email. Now, just for the purposes of this, I'm not going to construct the email. It's already been done in a template. So I've just put that in there. So that's what you would normally do, is create an email in advance of the automation. Then you would go and put that particular email in your automation. And then we're going to define this by saying we want to wait 7 days and then send the follow-up email, which again, I'm not going to show you how to create that. It's very simple. You would just go and create a templated email, and then you would just insert that into your automation. Now you can see that we have 4 different actions to our one trigger. So our trigger is the contact form. Our first action is the internal notification. Our second action is that a welcome email is going to be sent. Then we're going to wait 7 days and send a follow-up email. And then finally, we're going to decide to end the automation there, keeping it very simple. Next, you'll need to name your automation. Otherwise, you might not realise which one it is, or you'll have to keep going into it. You want to save it, and you want to make it active. If you don't, then it won't fire. This is an example of a web page that we have at LTVA Services. It's actually ltvaservices.com/freebies. And it's a whole page full of lead magnets. And as you can see, every single form on here looks the same. And that's because they've all been built in ActiveCampaign. So when somebody wants a specific form, they're going to come and fill in whichever one they want. And that form is connected already to our CRM system. And that means that they're going to come into the system immediately in a way that we've already defined within ActiveCampaign. So a great example of why automation is so brilliant and why you should have a CRM system is capturing your leads. So this is an example of how to lead capture. You create your form in your CRM system. The user fills in the form and clicks a link and then enters into your system. If you've defined an automation, if you set up an automation as part of that person filling in the form, then you can make the parameter be that the user is sent a link to the download. Then you can wait and send a follow-up after a few days just to check if they found that particular lead magnet useful. And then you could add them to other automations, so your blog posts, or send additional emails, or to your main contact list. That person's now in your system and you can start nurturing them. So the main benefits of a CRM system, and an automated CRM system more specifically, is better efficiency and productivity. You're not going to be manually doing these jobs. It's all happening for you. So more productivity, better amount of time that you can spend elsewhere, a better use of your time, and making your processes more efficient. Improve customer service. Obviously, we're using an example here of a contact us form, but what if you were using this to onboard a new client? That's what we do at LTVA Services. So, for example, let's say a new client signs up and you have an automation set up to say that if somebody purchases a particular product, that you're going to send them a thank you email, then you're going to send them a follow-up email, let's say a week later, to say, how are you getting on? Are you happy with this product or this service? And so on and so forth. So you could really automate all of this. Just to give you an example, we have ours set up fully to onboard our clients, and we even automate the very first part of it so that an email goes out to order a client gift. So that email at the moment is sent to an internal team member who orders all our client gifts. But I could, if I wanted to, just get the email to be sent straight to the company we order the gifts from to say, hey, we've had this new client. Using those personalization tags, I could say this is their name, their email, their contact number, their address. Please send them this gift and invoice me at. So just so you can see, there's so much you can do to it. The idea is thinking about what you're currently doing manually and asking yourself if it can be done automated instead. Enhanced reporting and analytics. You can run reports on all of the emails, all of the automations to see how often they're firing, how often those emails are being opened, how many links are being clicked. So you're going to get much more data back than you would from the spreadsheet that you're currently using. And for me, the biggest thing is scalability, smart scaling, people. So smart scaling is when you start your processes for growth from the start, not at the end. So a lot of companies, a lot of business owners start their businesses small. Naturally, that's what you're going to do. And because you don't have a lot of money or much budget, you're going to start with systems and processes that are cheap or free. And then you're going to grow and outgrow those systems and processes. And so you have to move on or you have to upgrade. And sometimes the cost is more. So it's not an easy thing to do. And I'm definitely going to share this in another webinar in the future, smart scaling and how that really works and what it looks like. But the idea is to work back to front. So you start at the top as if you're already there and you bring it back within reason. So you might not be able to afford ActiveCampaign in your mind. So that's why you're using a spreadsheet. But eventually you're going to outgrow that, and then you're going to have hard work of having to implement a CRM system. But if you had one from the beginning, you're growing with it, you're scaling with it. You don't need to start again or hire a company like us. So the main benefit of a CRM system is it's scalable. You'll be able to add a lot more contacts. You'll be able to keep on top of your processes. You'll be able to keep on top of your customer service and improve customer retention, because if you're using this in the way that you should be, you're sending those follow-up emails, you're asking for feedback, and it's all automated. You can even automate anniversaries and birthdays. So you could say, when this person, for example, we have one that says, this is the date that this client signed up with us, and then an automation that says when this date comes, if it's been this long, send them a, hey, you've been with us for a year, thank you so much. And all of those things make such a big difference to clients when they feel that you're personally in touch with them and you're personally looking after them. Of course, adding those personalization tags, so the percentage mark name, percentage mark tag, means that that email is going to be personalized. It's going to go to Jack. It's not going to go to Hey. So they're going to be happier. They're going to feel looked after. And that is going to improve your customer retention. And most importantly, or one of the most important reasons, less risk of human error. Have you ever sent a blind copy email that was not blind copied? It went to everybody and it shouldn't have done. It's terrifying, it's heart-sinking. And even though you send that disclaimer email that says, I'm so sorry, please ignore that email, it shouldn't have gone to you, everybody now can see all those email addresses. That's much less likely to happen. In fact, impossible to happen with a CRM system. Although risks can happen, it's normally due to the setup of the human behind it, but you're definitely going to have less risk of that. So just to give you a little plug, we do actually offer a one-off email sequence builder support package, which is £90. It includes a 2-hour video call walkthrough. If you want, you don't have to do that. What we can do is we can go through with you like a live walkthrough, how to set up your automation, and that doesn't have to happen in 1-2 hour session. It can be split, or we can do it for you and record how it's done and send it to you as a tutorial, so you've got it to keep. So it's a great benefit if you're thinking about moving to a CRM system and getting some of those basic automations in place. We can definitely help you with that. Those freebies, as I mentioned, are on our website, so ltvaservices.com/freebies. We have lots of them on there, and you are more than welcome to take a look to see what we have. But for now, I just want to take you more in depth into the automation side of ActiveCampaign and CRM systems in general, so that you can understand a little bit more about how it works, and also to see that it isn't difficult at all. So let's just do that now. So this is all about automation. Obviously, your CRM system can do a lot more than that. Basically, one of the things that's important about a CRM system is you're going to bring in all of your contacts. And then you can define those contacts even more. So you can put them into lists. Now, obviously, we have a whole host of lists here, but you could have your potential client list, your past client list, your current client list, your sales pipeline list. And then you can further define the people in those lists by tags. And that might be because they come from different industries, for example. So it might be that you want to better understand who comes from a marketing background, who comes from a accountancy or finance background. So you might have different people in those different lists, potential clients, past clients, current clients, but now you want to know which of those clients come from finance and accounting. Then you can go into your tags, you can add any tags that you want, but when you go back to your contact list, you can search by tag, and then all of those people will come up, and then you can export it into a spreadsheet. So that's one of the great reasons about having lists and tags, especially within a system like ActiveCampaign. It's always really important not to just jump in and start bringing all your contacts in. Write down, first of all, what you want that organization to look like. And this is why I'm going to tell you to do that. In ActiveCampaign and in most CRM systems, you'll have fields. And your fields are your name, address, and things like that. And in ActiveCampaign, you will always get general details. First name, last name, email, phone number. That's it. But maybe you want to capture more information than that. We certainly do. So you can add a group, and a group is another section. And then you can add a field within that group. So for us, we've added more to the general details. We want to know more about our clients. We want to know what their website is. We want to know where they live. We want to know what their company name is. And we want to know their links. We want to know their date of birth. And we also want to know their personality type. The reason we do that is because it helps us match them with the right associate. Then we want to know about their social media channels. If we've met them at a networking event, we want to know about that. The reason, I send out an email to everybody I've met at a networking event. Or do I? No. This is what I do. They are put into our CRM system. Yes, it's manual because I've captured a business card from them. I normally put them into a spreadsheet. And that spreadsheet's picked up by the system, and then they'll automatically be brought in, because yes, you can connect this to Google Sheets, and they will, the networking event will be named. And as you can see, there is a personalization tag. Now I have an automation that's set up that says when somebody comes into the networking tag, then you're going to send them this email to say, it was so lovely to meet you at the, and guess what? The networking event name is going to be personally named. I didn't have to send it. I didn't have to construct an email that says it was lovely to meet you at the Summerbee Crystal Chandelier Ball networking event Thursday. It's going to happen. As long as you're clever about the way you word things, it's going to look really, really personable. And in fact, sometimes it really catches me out because I'll get a response and I don't remember sending the email. So you have to be on your feet a little bit with that. But I haven't manually sent, you know, an email out to 20 or 30 people that I've met networking. It's happening itself. So think about the things you're doing, the places you're going, how you're likely to meet people, and add something like this in. We have a section for our freelance associates and all the information we want to capture about them. We've also connected this to our form. So we have a join us form on the website. And by using the fields in that form for the information that we collect, we can also put it in here and it will just come in. Then we want information about our clients, their plan details, and the information that we capture on our call questionnaires. Everything is in that client's record then. So when you need to look at something, backtrack or whatever, you can do that. So before you jump in, get all excited, start adding people, write down what you want it to look like first. When we have a client that asks us to help them build out their system, this is the very first thing that we need to do. We need to get this right. Also, if you have a spreadsheet and you want to import your contacts to make it easier, it's the best thing to do. You would come up here to import, and then you're going to import from a file. You can only import from a CSV file, or you can copy and paste. But when you do that, it's going to ask you to map to those fields. So you do need to make sure that you can define what each of those fields are. So it will be name to first name, last name to last name, email to email. And then it might say something that is the name of a networking event. You will know that and you will match it to the networking event field, just to give you an example. So that's how you would bring your contacts into just about any CRM system. And it's brilliant because now you're going to be able to filter them. And as an example, one of the things we do is we add tags onto our VA associates for their skill sets. So, for example, we might have somebody who's skilled in automation, or somebody who's skilled in marketing, somebody who is qualified bookkeeper. And then if we get a client that says to us, I want a VA that can do A, B, and C, we can go and filter our search by looking for those tags rather than opening each contact up and seeing what they can do. We just filter by the tags. We can then export that list and we can see in front of us who's got the skills that our client needs, cutting down our time tremendously. The forms that I spoke about are here. So what you would do is you would come into forms, you can create a new form. Just to give you an example of the contact us form that I showed you earlier, this is what it looks like. You can personalize it by changing the colors, a little bit of the font. You can make fields necessary that they have to be filled in or not. But the one thing you can't avoid in ActiveCampaign or most CRM systems is that you have to have an email address. The contact won't come in without one. And then you can, like I just said, you can put your custom branding styles in there, and then the options are just here. And as you can see with this one, we've got what's going to happen if somebody fills in that form. So for us, it's going to be that a URL opens first. Then the second action is they subscribe to a list, and the list is contact us. And as you saw from the earlier demonstration, now that they're in that list, they've just gone into that automation that's kicked off all by itself. The reason why we have them go to a separate URL thank you page is because if you are tracking your Google Analytics and things like that, if somebody goes away from your website, which they will do if they're filling a third-party form out, it looks like they've bounced from your page or you've lost them from your website, but you haven't. So what you need to do is you need to artificially bring them back. So if you create a separate page. So for example, in Stripe, if you're collecting payments through Stripe, there is an option to send the person at the end of that purchase to your own defined URL. We collect our payments through Stripe and then we send them back to a thank you page on our website. Now Google Analytics knows that that was a conversion. It knows it was a purchase. So wherever possible, always take them back to your website if you are keen on tracking your analytics. Normally you would then integrate the form and you can use these kind of embed codes and you just go in and do that. There are links as well. There is a direct to WordPress, but we simply just copy and paste the code into our website. Now we have lots of them on here and I've just given you some really, really simple, brief examples of how to set up a basic sequence. But let's see what else I can show you. Let me have a look. A freebie bundle. Okay, so on our website, we have, I showed you earlier, the freebie page. On that page, there's lots of different free lead magnets, but we also have a bundle, which you can download all of them in one go. And just like I said before, they're going to go into somewhere. So we have them going into our freebie bundle tag. So let's see what that looks like. So they submit a form, a freebie bundle form. I'm going to be notified to say, hey, amazing news, somebody's just downloaded a freebie bundle. They're going to get a follow-up email to say, here's your bundle with a link to the drive that all of those freebies are stored in. But then we're going to tag them in our blog post tag, which means now they're going to be told every time a blog post is posted. By the way, that's also done automatically through an RSS feed, which means every time a new blog post is posted on our website, it automatically goes out to people with that tag. I can show you how to do that in another webinar if people want me to. So just simply drop me an email, lisa@ltvaservices.com if you'd like to see that. Then we're also going to add the tag freebie bundle because now we want to know more about that person. So that person's come into our system, but we can tell if they've ever downloaded our freebie bundle. It gives us an idea of where they originally came from. And we're also going to subscribe them to our free lead magnets list. The reason is every time we post a new free lead magnet, we're going to let them know about it. So they don't have to keep going back to that page. We're going to wait 3 days because they don't know all of this has happened. They've just had that email. That's it. And then we're going to send them a follow-up email. Hey, did this come in useful? Did you enjoy this lead magnet? And we're going to obviously give them an opportunity to book a call with us. Wait another 3 days. Come hang out with us on LinkedIn, on our socials. And then we're going to wait another 3 days. You can see here that somebody's in the queue at the moment. And then we're going to send them another email to say, do you want some help planning your tasks? Here's another freebie that we've got. It's a VA task planner. We're going to wait another 3 days. Then we're going to send them some time management tips for 2023. We're going to wait another 3 days. And then we're going to send them a book a call email. Now, as you can see, all the way through that, we're just giving and giving and giving over a 3, 6, 9, 12, 15-day period. And then hopefully warm them up enough to book that call. And that's the power of automation? Would you be able to manually be doing that for everybody that's coming through to you? Would you be able to remember to do that? Would you have the time to do that? Do you want to be doing that? And then we're going to add them at the very end of that to our potential client tag. This person came to us and they downloaded something from our website. They needed something from us. So they're likely to be a potential client. Once they go into the potential client tag, we send out monthly emails to people with that tag. And then we've ended the automation. Now, again, that was very, very simple, just a straight funnel. But we do have more in-depth ones. And one of our in-depth ones is our networking one, which I'm just going to show you. Not to put you off, you don't have to be as in-depth as this, but just to show you the power of what more you can do. And this isn't even the most powerful, by the way. So as an example for this one, when someone subscribes to our networking list, we send them a very simple email. Now, I hope you can see this. If you've been watching carefully, you'll see all the other ones are our templated, nice, colourful, fancy ones. But for this one, we send a basic email because it gives the impression more that it's organically come directly from our own email accounts, come from us. All of the others past that are templated. So it's our simple, nice to meet you, and it's personalised, as I said, so that it picks up the name of the networking event. We're going to wait, and then we're going to tell them, just so you know, we have a free trial if you would be interested. We're going to wait 7 days, and then we're going to add in a brand new action or trigger. It's actually another trigger here. So does the contact match the following conditions? Did they open the free trial offer? Now, if they did, we want to continue them through this process. But if they didn't, we want to remind them that we've sent them that email. And we want to keep reminding them until we really get somewhere with them. So we're going to go down the no branch for now. The person hasn't opened that email yet. There's no point in sending them all of the other things we want to send them until we can get their attention with this free trial. So we're going to wait a little bit longer, and we're going to say, did they open it? And if they did, great, we can now move them back into this sequence. But if they didn't, we're going to give them another little nudge. After 7 days, if they still haven't opened it, we're just going to move them back into here anyway. But we're really trying to get them to follow the funnel of emails that we're sending and not miss any. So now we're going to send them a time audit template. We're going to wait 8 days. Then we're going to send them our top 5 productivity apps. We're going to wait 9 days. Now we're going to send them how to make money on your tasks, how to make sure you're only concentrating on money-making tasks. Then we're going to wait 10 days. Then we're going to send them an email with a free task planner. We're going to wait another 10 days. Then we're going to send them our ultimate work-life balance ebook. We're going to wait another 10 days, and so on and so forth. This actually, nurture sequence actually takes about a month, maybe a bit longer than that. And then we're going to add them to our free lead magnets list. So they get free lead magnets when we create new ones and send them out. Our blog posts, and now they're going to start to get our blog posts. And then we're going to send them a final networking email before we end the automation. And that's just a final opportunity to get them to book a call with us. That's just an example of how you can make it even more so if you wanted to. But don't be scared of automation. Don't be scared of your CRM system. If you haven't got one, get one. You need one. It's quite simple to bring your contacts over. It's not as complicated as you think. Just my advice would be to, first of all, write down what you want to achieve. What processes could you be making easier? Now, you might not yet know whether it's possible to automate certain things within your business. So write it down first to find out, because there are third-party webhooks and things like that, like using things like Zapier, where you can link certain things up. Honestly, it's possible. We use Asana as our productivity tool, and a lot of our automation takes place between Zapier, Asana, and ActiveCampaign. It's all happening all in conjunction with one another. I'd be more than happy to chat to you if you wanted to book a free call. You can just jump onto the website, or just email me at lisa@ltvaservices.com. Just say you want to book a call. It's completely free, and I'll listen to you and tell you what I think can and can't be done. Of course, you can go off and do this yourself. I mean, I'm self-taught. You can be self-taught. You can do it. I promise you. Lots of these systems come with a free trial, so you'll be able to try it out first. But consistency is key, just giving it a go and really sticking at it. And then obviously think about what processes you want to make easier. What are you not really getting to at the moment? What are you falling behind on? Then think about those fields and groups. What information do you want to capture? Not just now, but in the future. It doesn't matter if those fields are blank now. What do you want to capture? Then you start bringing everybody in to your system. Then automate things. Just start very simple with a welcome email sequence. And that's just going to be for somebody who has, for example, filled in a contact form. So you're just going to thank them for that and send them out, or somebody who subscribed to a newsletter. Just start very, very small. And I hope that helped. As I said, we've got our £90 one-off package if you wanted somebody to just come in and set this up for you. It's on the website, ltvaservices.com. Just go to our one-off packages page and it's all there for you. I invite any questions. As I said, you can find me on LinkedIn. Just look for Lisa Tennant and then LTVA Services. And I'd love to chat with you. Really am passionate about helping people make their lives easier. I've been where you are now before, when I didn't delegate, I didn't ask for help. It's so hard. So reach out, drop an email, take a look at what we've got on offer on the website. And hopefully this has helped. I'd love to know if there's more that you'd want to know about automation, more sequences you perhaps want help with setting up, and any suggestions that you can give me. Then I would be, I've got a list that I'm currently developing full of further webinars, and I'd definitely love to be able to add your ideas to that and send that over to you. Thanks again. I really hope it helped. Have a wonderful day.